I've learned really well without the use of alcohol or drugs, how to acknowledge it. For me, the biggest thing is never to ignore it. Don't ever ignore it. Try really hard not to ignore it. Acknowledging it isn't the same as letting it take over. I think acknowledging it is the first step to overcoming it. And then, because you've taken that extra beat to acknowledge, then usually I can switch to what coping mechanisms have I learned that I can use right now. And then I just go down the line. The first one I usually employ is just positive thought. Just like, you're okay. You're okay. This is an okay situation. You're not in danger, in physical danger. You're not going to die. This isn't a life or death situation. You're okay. It's not that I truly believe I can. It's just repeating those words, again, gives my brain a second to stop being frantic and focus and start to relax. So if I'm focusing on just like the same 3 phrases for 5-10 minutes, then I can start to breathe again. And that by then usually my brain is like, okay, got this is what's happening. So acknowledgement is really big for me. My next point is words and or phrases that are very hurtful, that people say all the time to me. And it's impossible, it feels like it's impossible to really explain to people how what they're saying really hurts, and it exasperates everything about anxiety, because they don't understand what they're saying is hurtful. The way that they're trying to say it usually is they're trying to be helpful. When it seems like someone who has anxiety or depression is acting a little out of character, don't say these things. And I try and shy away from such definitive words like don't or do, because everybody's different. If people have figured out how to say these things that I'm going to bring up, definitely feel free to comment on that and explain how they said it or when they said it, or what they physically did while they were saying it that helped you. There's so many things that could be done correctly if more people talked about it. So, the words or phrases that I have, which I'm sure don't even touch the surface, stop or quit. And those can be followed by stop freaking out, quit getting worked up about, stop it, quit crying, anything. But the main word there that triggers an even worse response is stop or quit. When we're in the throes of an episode or just about on the cusp of that, it's not helpful at all to say stop or quit, because if we could have stopped or quit before we got to that point, we would have. That's what coping mechanisms are for. But if those don't work beforehand, they also work during and afterwards. It's all about coping with whatever has just occurred. And sometimes we don't even know the buildup is happening. At least for me, I can't think straight. I'm trying to cope. I'm trying to not to cry. I'm trying to get somewhere where I feel safe. And for anyone to be like, stop doing that, quit doing that. If I could have, I would have. But I'm here now, and there isn't a stopping this now. It's not something you can just turn off. So stop or quit. Just really, you shouldn't be saying stop or quit to anyone, because especially if it's about them trying to better their lives, those are just negative words. But in this context, it's just not, it's hurtful. It's unnecessary. I've heard that a lot. It's unnecessary to get this worked up about it. It's unnecessary for you to be freaking out. You may see it that way, but I don't. So for you to say it's unnecessary for me to feel that passionately about it or that strongly about a situation where I have an anxiety attack, it's unnecessary for you to say that. Next one. So when someone says, okay, you're really stressing me out. What makes you think that I can take any more extra stress? I need someone to acknowledge with me that it's stressful. Life can get stressful, but I'm going to be okay and things will work themselves out. Or better yet, if the other person is in the position to help me find some solutions that my anxiety is blocking my brain from seeing because I've hit this roadblock of anxiety and frustration that I can't see anything else that I haven't already tried. All I can see are all the things I've tried and failed at. At a certain point, it gets terrifying because it's like, oh my God, there are no more ways to try and fix this. Now what do I do? Because I'm stuck here, and I will forever be stuck here because all of the solutions have been exhausted and none of them worked. For me, I just need someone to also acknowledge it so that I feel like I'm not alone and that my worries and my frustrations are valid, but that I'm going to be okay. They aren't going to take over my life and I'm going to get past this. It's something that people with anxiety and depression especially need to know how to do, and especially need to know other people are going to respond positively when they do. That's one of the points I didn't write down, but damn, that's a good one. When they ask for help, they mean it. It takes me forever to ask for help. I hate asking for help. One, because it has to do with my anxiety, it has to do with my depression, and a lot of people don't believe that those exist. So when I ask for help, and I reference this is why I'm asking for help, a lot of people just shut me down. So